You think I'm gonna die?
That's a lie. You're crazy.
I waste money, that's why you wanna send me to that state farm?
What State Farm? It's the Hilltown Sanitarium, and both doctors said it was the best place for you.
For the money. That is for nothing, for practically nothing. Don't lie to me, Papa. I know damn well that the Hilltown Sanatorium is a state institution. Jamie suspected you'd cry poorhouse to Hardy, and he wormed the truth out of him.
That drunken loafer. I'll kick him out to the curb. Ever since you're old enough to listen, he's been poisoning your mind.
You can't deny it's the truth about the state farm.
It's not true the way you look at it. What if it is run by the state? That's nothing against it. The state has the money to make the better place than any private sanitarium. And why wouldn't I take advantage of it? It's my right and yours. We're residents. I'm a property owner. I help to support it. I'm taxed to death.
Yes, property, all valued at $250,000.
Lies! It's all a mortgage!
Hardy and the specialists know what you're worth. I wonder what they thought when they heard you went moaning poorhouse, showing that you wanted to wish me on charity.
Lies! What are you talking about?
Don't lie about it. We met McGuire in the hotel bar after he left you. Jamie kidded him about hooking you, and he winked and laughed.
He's a liar if he said that.
Don't lie about it! God, Papa, ever since I went to sea and I was on my own, and found out what hard work for little pay was, and what it felt like to be broke and starve and camp on a park bench because I had no place to sleep, I've tried to be fair to you because I know what you've been up against as a kid. I've tried to make allowances. Christ, you have to make allowances in this damn family or go nuts! I've tried to make allowances for myself when I remember all the rotten stuff I've pulled. I've tried to feel like Mama, that you can't help but being what you are, where money is concerned. But God Almighty, this last stunt of yours is too much. It makes me want to puke. Not because of the rotten way you've been treating me. To hell with that. I've treated you rottenly in my way more than once. But to think, when it's a question of your son having consumption, you could show yourself up before the whole town as a stinking old tightwad. Don't you know Hardy will talk and the whole damn town will know? Jesus, Papa, haven't you any pride or shame? And don't think I'll let you get away with it. I won't go to any damn state farm just to save you a few lousy dollars to buy more bum property with, you filthy old miser!
Be quiet. Don't say that to me. You're drunk. I won't mind you. Stop coughing, lad. You've got yourself worked up over nothing. Who said you had to go to this Hilton place? You can go anywhere you want. I don't give a damn what it costs. All I care about is to have you get well. Don't call me a stinking miser just because I don't want doctors to think I'm a millionaire they can swindle. You look weak, lad. You better take a bracer. So, whose play was it? A stinking old miser. Well, maybe you're right. Maybe I can't help being. Although all my life, since I had nothing, I'd thrown money over the bar to buy drinks for everyone in the house, or loaned money to sponges I knew would never pay it back. But of course that was in bar rooms, when I was full of whiskey. I can't feel that way about it when I'm sober at my home. It was at home I first learned the value of the dollar, and the fear of the poorhouse. I've never been able to believe in my luck since. I've always feared it would change and everything I had would be taken away. But still, the more property you own, the safer you think you are. That may not be logical, but it's the way I have to feel. Banks fail and your money's gone, but you think you can keep land beneath your feet. You said you'd realize what I'd been up against as a boy. The hell you do. How could you? You've had everything. Nurses, school, college, but you didn't stay there. You've had food, clothing. Oh, and I know you had a fling of hard work with your back in your hands, a bit of being homeless and penniless in a foreign land. And I respect you for it, but it was a game of romance and adventure to you. It was play.
Yes, particularly the time I tried to commit suicide at Jimmy the Priest's and almost did.
You weren't in your right mind. You were drunk.
I was stone cold sober. That was the trouble. I'd stopped to think too long.
Don't start your damned atheist morbidness again. I don't care to listen. I was trying to make plain to you. What do you know of the value of a dollar? When I was 10, my father deserted my mother and went back to Ireland to die, which he did soon enough, and deserved to. I hope he's roasting in hell. He mistook rat poison for flour or sugar or something. There was gossip it wasn't by mistake, but that's a lie. No one in my family would ever.
I bet it wasn't by mistake.
More morbidness. Your brother put that in your head. The worst you can suspect is the only truth for him. But never mind. My mother was left, a stranger in a strange land, with 4 small children. Me and a sister, a little older and 2 younger than me. My 2 older brothers had moved to other parts. They couldn't help. They were hard put to it to keep themselves alive. There was no damn romance in their poverty. Twice we were evicted from the miserable hovel we called home. With my mother's few sticks of furniture thrown out in the street, my mother and sisters crying, I cried too, though I tried hard not to, because I was the man of the family. At 10 years old, there was no more school for me. I worked 12 hours a day in a machine shop, learning to make files. A dirty barn of a place where ran dripped through the roof, where you roasted in the summer, and there was no stove in winter, where your hands got numb with cold, and the only light came through 2 small, filthy windows, so on gray days I'd have to sit bent over with my eyes almost touching the files in order to see. You talk of work, and what do you think I go for it? 50 cents a week. It's the truth. 50 cents a week. And my poor mother washed and scrubbed for the Yanks by the day, and my sister sewed, and my 2 younger stayed at home to keep the house. We never had clothes enough to wear, nor enough food to eat. Well, I can remember one Thanksgiving, or maybe it was Christmas, when some Yank in whose house mother had been scrubbing gave her $1 extra for a present. And on the way home, she spent it all on food. I can remember her hugging and kissing us and saying with tears of joy running down her tired face, Glory be to God, for once in our life we'll have enough for each of us. Fine, brave, sweet woman. There was never a braver or finer.
Yes, she must have been.
Her one fear was she'd get old and sick and had to die in the poorhouse. It was in those days that I learned to be a miser. $1 was worth so much then, and once you've learned the lesson, it's hard to unlearn it. You have to look for bargains. If I took the State Farm Sanatorium for a good bargain, you'll have to forgive me. Doctors did tell me it's a good place. You must believe that, Edmund. And I swear I never meant you to go there if you didn't want to. Any place I can afford. Any place you like within reason.
There was another sanatorium the specialist recommended. He said it had a record as good as any place in the country. It's endowed by a group of millionaire factory owners.
I had a talk with Mother Elizabeth today. She's so sweet and good. A saint on earth. I love her dearly. It may be sinful of me, but I love her better than my own mother. Because she always understands, even before you say a word. Her kind blue eyes look right into your heart. You couldn't deceive her. You can't keep any secrets from her, even if you were mean enough to want to. All the same, I don't think she was as understanding this time. I told her I wanted to be a nun. I explained how sure I was of my vocation, that I'd prayed to the Blessed Virgin to make me sure and to find me worthy. I told Mother I'd had a true vision when I was praying in the shrines of the Lady of the Lords. As surely as I knew I was kneeling there, that the Blessed Virgin had smiled and blessed me with her consent. But Mother Elizabeth told me I must be more sure than that. Even that I must prove it wasn't simply my imagination. She said if I was so sure that I wouldn't mind putting myself to a test by going home after I graduated and living as the other girls lived, going up to parties and dances and enjoying myself. Then if after a year or 2 I still felt sure, I could come back and see her and we'd talk it over again. I never believed Holy Mother would give me such advice. I was really shocked. I said, of course, I would do anything she suggested, but I knew it was simply a waste of time. After I left her, I felt all mixed up, so I went went to the shrine and prayed to the Blessed Virgin and found peace again. Because I knew she heard my prayer and would always love me and see no harm ever came to me as long as I never lost my faith in her. I was in the winter of senior year, and winter came along and something happened to me. Yes, I remember. I fell in love with James Tyrone, and I was so happy for a time.
I knew damn well that the Hilltown Sanatorium is a state institution. Alright, cut it and go to
They were hard put to it.
Hard put to it.
They were hard put to it.
Hard put to it.
For one fear that. For one fear was dollar were so much then, and once you've learned something, a dollar was worth so much then, and once you've learned something, it's hard to unlearn it. And once you've learned, and I swear I never meant, and I swear I never meant, and I swear. There was another sanatorium, the specialist. There was another sanatorium, the specialist.
Do it slower.
There was another place.
My imagination. She said, if I was so sure, I wouldn't look fucking straight at the camera.
It's a hello.
It's okay. What they thought. When they heard, no, restart. No, I missed the line.